Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jesus Conde. Today we're going to be doing some kind of a space girl in a suit that is falling off or something like that. At least that's what I was thinking of when I was doing this. Lately I've been doing a lot of drawing in paper, and I wanted to go back to draw traditional, because with all these techniques that I've been trying lately with 3D and stuff like that, I feel like I've been losing the creativity or something like that. Like my drawings don't look the same lately, and everything is getting a little boring actually, in terms of the process of making it. So I've been trying to do a lot of traditional drawing to compensate for that. So right now what I'm doing is just doing the lines of this girl with a Faber-Castell pencil, which is a HB pencil. Nothing fancy really. I don't use fancy tools, so just a Faber-Castell pencil. And then for the detail, or at least what I call the detail part, which is only just making the lines a little bit darker, a little bit more precise, is I'm using a mechanical pencil. Which, funny story, I didn't know it was called like that. I just figured that out on the internet. I just looked for the word that I know in Spanish, because that's my native language. And when I looked for it, it said mechanical pencil. And I was like, that's the weirdest thing to say. I don't know why. Anyway, so now what I have is just trying to put the little details everywhere, like trying to fix some perspective problems, a little bit of value, not so much, just to maybe kind of like predict what I will want the light to come from, or things like that. Maybe yeah, like sketching new parts. Some of the stuff that I do with the mechanical pencil is just trying to figure out all the lines that I did on the layer before, like the stuff that I did with the pencil. What I do now is just try to clean that up, maybe erase the parts that I really don't like, and basically it's just that. And then what we're going to do is just scan this drawing, put it on Photoshop, and then do the lines from scratch, just to have everything clean. Obviously I will have the original drawing, which I'm trying to save them to if maybe if I go to an event or something, people can see them, the original pencil sketches. And what I'm going to do maybe is trying to accomplish one of these a day, which is just crazy in terms of the time management that I have to do to get this done. Basically, I have to get these ones done in less than 2 hours to be able to do them. Because if I don't do that, I will have to not finish it that day, just to jump to the next day to finish it. Basically because of work and because of homework, but that's a personal theme that I want to you guys to know too much about. Like that's not what you guys are here just to hear me complain about my obligations or something. So right now what I want to share is that I'm trying to go back to the drawing traditional, and then to maybe use the computer just to clean the drawings or to put color on them, not so much to draw directly. I don't know why. I've been debating this idea of getting a Cintiq, and I'm like, I don't want a Cintiq, because it's like I have to give up drawing on paper, and I don't want that. I don't want to give up drawing on paper ever. So right now I was having a little bit trouble in there with the tablet. Didn't want to work properly somehow. So now we're back to it. And what I'm doing is just basically to try to see the lines that I need and the lines that I don't need of the sketch that I have under, which is a lot of information. I have a lot of crazy lines going everywhere, so I'm trying to like take the ones that really matter, the ones that are really going to get this drawing looking the way I want and clean, and not like something crazy with a lot of defects. Also trying to fix whatever I think is really bad. I need to fix that. What else? Perspective problems. Obviously I cannot do like super perfect. If I do like super perfect, I will never finish a drawing. So what I do is just basically just try, kind of like a damage control, just to make it look as pretty, clean as possible in the less time as possible, to keep it realistic in terms of time. So right now I'm just trying to define some of the maybe shapes that I don't have clear, like in the sketch. Just trying to figure out what those shapes are, and maybe creating something new. Like sometimes I would just put details that wasn't there before. And for example, here I just corrected the size of the head, which I think it looked too big. I just changed it to a little bit smaller, and then I changed the one in the background just so I don't get really too distracted with it. I really have to do that, but I just wanted to. And yeah, just fixing details here and there, trying to see where it needs more lines, where it doesn't need more lines. Basically, if you feel like a part feels too crowded, like it has too many lines somewhere, maybe you should take some off, so it doesn't look heavy on that part. Some parts are just going to be not so important, so you won't want to detail too much that part. What I concentrate a lot is in the face and the parts near the face. Everything else for me is not that important. At least if what I'm designing is not the costume or something, is what I want to design is just the costume or something like that, then will focus on everything on that, and maybe not even do the head, you know what I mean? Like just have a picture or something for the head. Right now I just wanted to try something cool, something that I like and I feel comfortable doing. I don't struggle too much with it, just to go back to these kinds of things, to get the practice, and then maybe I can do some stuff more challenging or more difficult in terms of concept. So right now what I did to get those darker lines is just copy the layer of the lines, and what I'm going to do now is just add a little bit of shadow to everything. So the first thing that I did is put a black layer on top of everything, and it's a 10% opacity. So that means that I have a kind of a gray looking image. That's why it doesn't look completely white, what it should be. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to see where the light is coming from. So it will be coming from, right now it will be coming from the left, kind of just a little bit on top of the eyes. Here it is, that little sphere, that little ball that I draw there, that little circle, means that that's where the light is kind of coming from, at least that direction. So all the shadow should be at the opposite of that little ball, or now we know where the light is coming from, so we know where the shadows are going to be cast. So right now I'm drawing this big shadow on the back of the girl, and it's being cast by this piece that is coming from behind, which is kind of like some kind of a back plate or something is going to get attached to the back. And some of the shadows that I'm trying to do here are very soft, kind of like occlusion shadows. And also I'm trying to like think, like decipher what I really need to do with the shadow. Right now I'm not looking any reference at all in terms of lighting or in terms of anything. I draw all that from my mind. So what I'm trying to be as creative as possible and try to think of everything that I know in terms of lighting and everything. So if I have some mistakes, pardon me for that, because I'm trying to do this as fast as possible and trying to accomplish something in a short period of time, just to get back to the practice. Because lately I've been doing a lot of 3D and stuff like that, so it's not that creative, and I need to go back to do something like this, to do just pure painting from scratch with no not using any of the fancy techniques. Okay, so now what I wanted to say, because I have that dark layer at 10%, I can then paint highlights. I will be doing that in a short period of time. Just painting highlights, it will make it look a little bit more professional, more like it has way more work than what it is right now, because you will have another level of like detail in terms of lighting. Like it will look like it's even more, it has more depth to it. So right now I'm just concentrating in all the shadows, and then I can create just a new layer on top of the black layer at 10% that I said, like this. I can paint with white, and it will look like I have highlights. And that came like super cheap in terms of technique. I think it really works. Having that layer there really helps get this other kind of like a level of detail with having that kind of lighting effects. I think it came really easy doing it that way. Just add a layer at 10%, paint all your shadows in another layer obviously, and then on top of everything just paint highlights, and that way you get this kind of result if you like it. So how I said, I will be trying to do one a day, maybe one every 2 days, depending of the time, also depending on the day. If I have to do homework that day, I cannot do this, because work is priority, second is my homework, and then I'll do these kinds of things. This is the less important thing right now, sadly, but that's the truth, and I have to stick to that. I have a great opportunity in the company that I work for, and I cannot waste that just blooding videos. So right now that's the reason why I've been so away, and these days have been a little slow in terms of work. So I've been trying to like come back to this just a little, just to like, you know, to keep me busy doing something, so I don't have to like lose time doing something else that I really don't want to do. Okay, so this is it for today. I really hope you liked this video. Please share it if you liked it. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, those are the links, and the links in the description for the Facebook page. If you haven't followed there, please do. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye bye.